Right, so hey everyone, and welcome back to another budget photography video. So today I thought I'd kind of re-edit some old shots from ooh June 2019 from the Canon 500D. Now you might remember the Canon 500D. I used to use it for filming, but I don't anymore because I got rid of it, and I now film primarily with the 700D and the 5D Mark II. So I have already edited these pictures that you're about to see, but I thought I'd re-edit them basically and try and make them a little bit better. Although to be fair, I don't really like this last one here. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 5. I'm not really keen on that one neither. So yeah, anyway, let's get started on what we've got here. So this is actually a drink in Greenwich that I had brought, well, not me, but my partner had brought while we were out. This is before coronavirus, so everything was, totally normal. So it has actually been edited before, but I want to re-edit them because, well, I feel like I'm a better editor now than I was back then. I want to say if I don't sound the best, it's because I have a cold. I don't have coronavirus. I have a cold, just a blocked nose. Ooh, I've lifted the shadows and you can actually see all the noise from the sensor. What ISO was I using? Let's have a look. ISO 200. So quite a low ISO, and we've still got all that noise. That's the image sensor itself, the crop sensor. So we'll bring them back. Actually, we might have to lift them and then drop the blacks down a little bit. Lift them whites. And then I think we're going to detailing. We'll bring in some sharpening. And we'll bring in some noise reduction and some color noise reduction because there was quite a bit of color noise over here. So that's smoothed that out. And we'll bring in some smoothing as well. And to be fair, I mean, that to me looks already pretty damn good. But I feel like if we could make it better, let's have a look at them colors. So it is actually a summer's day. So let's go into the color mixing and we can sort out individual colors. So, to be fair, there's not really much we can do. Don't really want a purple or a green background, although the purple and the green kind of, especially with the green here actually, it kind of brings out all the noise, so we definitely won't go a green background. That noise in the background is really bugging me. I don't really want to do much more post-processing. And it looks okay. I really do like this image. I remember taking this image and being so happy with it because it just looked so nice. And it does look nice to me anyway. Because it is nice and sharp. If we especially, going on the drink here, that's really, really sharp. And the hand that is grabbing it is nice and sharp, and this is nice and sharp. We've got a nice bit of depth of field going on in the background. The money is a little bit blurred, but that's because I think, so what shutter speed was I using here? A 1/3200th of a second. To be fair, I probably could have used a slower shutter, if I'm honest, and then just lowered the ISO down even more. But it is what it is. I can't go and change that, so we'll live with that. So this one was taken, I think, either just before she paid. So we can just bring that in. I think before we do any light editing, I think we'll bring in some yellows. Again, we've got, I think it's about the same settings. Yeah, we've got an ISO of 200, an f5.6, and a 1/300th of a 20th of a second, and I have no idea how to say that, so I've just butchered that. I don't think I'm going to be able to save this image, although I will try. But I really don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to bring that over a bit more. You know, I'm going to try a preset. See if a preset will fix this. To be fair, I quite like this one, although I don't, again, I don't like the amount of grain in the background. So we'll bring in some heavy masking and color noise reduction. Maybe some smoothing in. Yeah, it's this image is just absolute rubbish, if I'm brutally honest. So I think we'll skip this one. And that's not a very good image, and that's not a very good image. This one this one here I actually quite liked, but I'm not really sure why I liked it, but I did at the time, so I think we'll edit it 1/1000th of a second at an f4.5 with an ISO of 200. So we've got about the same settings as before. The only real difference is the fact that the shutter speed is a lot quicker. So let's see what we can retrieve. Again, I don't see us actually retrieving much. Let's lift the shadows up. Oh my god. So you can really see the downfloors of the 500D here. You can really see all the noise, even at ISO 200 in this kind of okay lit area. This was Greenwich Market. Yeah, we haven't really got much detail there. The image is nice when we have it back here. But other than that, I think if we were to even brighten it, the noise kind of shows up, sorry, and it's just looking horrible. So we'll bring in the noise reduction, some sharpening, some color noise reduction. And I think we'll give it a bit more of a blue heave, maybe. No, I think we'll stick with the warm. But I think we will, in the color grading, I think we'll bring down no, not the color grading, sorry. In the color mixing, we'll bring down the reds and we'll just desaturate them a little bit. Tell you what, this image is just, it's bad. I will say it's bad. It really does show, you know, the downfloors of, as I said, of the 500D. I mean, look at this man's arm here. This is just absolutely horrible. Even for ISO, what was it? ISO 200? I mean, yeah, okay, even... I can't even excuse it. Like, at all. I can't excuse it at all. This is just a horrible image. It looks nice when it's just kind of like this, or even not like this, really, but yeah, I can't justify that. This one, I don't even remember why I took this one. Again, we've got an ISO of 200. We've got a shutter speed of 1/1000th of a second and f5.6. I'm hoping we can bring some stuff back because the last ones have just been absolutely horrible. But we will have to see. But I will be honest, I do actually quite like the shadows on all these trinkety pearl things. I don't really know what they are. I just took the picture, although I do wish I'd got more of it in at the time. But this picture I just took in a quick rush, the same as kind of the rest of these images here. These were all kind of quick bursts. And I think actually I might have been in auto mode for quickness. Because I do that sometimes, especially back on the 500D and especially on, you know, smaller cameras. I do go into auto mode just because I sometimes need to, because it's just easier for me. So I think we will try and see what we can save, although this image isn't really that interesting. So we'll bring in some contrast. We'll lift them shadows up. Maybe the exposure a little bit. Bring the whites down. Lift some of them blacks so we don't get crushed. Have a look at the colours. Ooh, let's make it a little bit more blue. And to be fair, I think that's kind of all we could really do. Let's have a look at maybe some presets. That's quite nice. I quite like that. Or that one. Let's have a look at the Peter McKinnon ones. Oh. I do quite like this one. It kind of brings it down a bit, but don't know. It will have that one, but I think we will bring the exposure up a little bit just to you know, bring it out a little bit more. But if I'm brutally honest, these images probably won't go anywhere else. They'll probably just go in the bin because they are just horrible. Let's try this one. Let's straighten it out a bit more. Let's chuck a preset on. Let's go with... Oh, God, that's horrible. See, this is kind of the... Not the potluck, but like... One of the reasons why I don't really like presets. I do like presets, but I'm not the biggest fan. I feel like as if they're just too overused nowadays. And, you know, pictures can look incredible, but they all look the same at the same time. I do quite like this picture, though, because we've kind of got a bit of depth of field going on in the background. We've got a foreground, midground, and a background. So I do quite like this one, if I'm brutally honest. I'm going to leave the colours alone. Let's bring in some clarity. And sort the detailing out. Bring in some noise reduction, some sharpness. Color noise reduction, that's going to be quite heavy, to be fair. But yeah, again, this just isn't it, is it really? This is, the cups are out of focus. The only thing that are in focus is the hands here. But other than that, it's just absolute rubbish. So you can see exactly how far, you know, personally as a photographer I've come along. That was on my phone. I wonder if we can edit that. This was actually taken on one of my older phones, my Huawei P30 rear camera, f1.8, 250th of a second, and ISO 50. So let's see what we can do with this. Let's sort the exposure. I think it's like autumny kind of time. So I think we're bringing some greens. And I think we'll go into the mixing and we'll sort them greens out. We'll bring in some green. I keep saying green. Actually, I'll mute the greens a bit and bring up the yellows. Because there are lots of different colours. You know, there's reds, there's yellows, there's greens during autumn. Ooh, that's tinting my hand. I'll leave that one alone. Just like that. But I will bring in some contrasts, lift the shadows, sort them whites out, lift the blacks. And that's kind of okay. I'm surprised actually how much of it we could actually edit, considering the fact that this was, what, this is a JPEG image, and JPEGs are notoriously hard to edit for. So I'm quite surprised that, you know, we were able to edit that, especially as quickly as we did as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one.